The Yu-Gi-Oh! Ban list has been a very vital balancing tool in order to maintain a healthy format within the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! But unfortunately that has led to many people's fan favourite cards being hit and made illegal to play at sanctioned defense. Now there's been many videos going over why certain cards are banned or why certain cards are still banned today. But I'm not here to ask why, I'm here to ask what if one of these banned cards were to be unbanned? What sort of impact would it have on the meta today? And so in my new Yu-Gi-Oh! What If series, we'll be looking at certain banned card, building a deck around it, and then playing against current decks of the format with said card. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh! What If series. Now the first card we're going to look at this series is going to be Thunder Dragon Colossus. And let me tell you, I am so glad the card got banned before Among Us became a trend. But anyways, what is Colossus? Colossus is a level 8 Dark Thunder fusion with 2600 attack and 2400 defense. Its summoning conditions is 1 Thunder Dragon plus any Thunder monster, or you can simply contract fusion it by attributing any Thunder monster from your field as long as you've activated a Thunder effect in your hand that turn. Which means yes, it is basically a Link 1 monster, and we know from a design standpoint, every Link 1 monster in the game is just inherently broken. Colossus then has the effect that whilst it's face up on the field, your opponent cannot add any card from their deck to the hand unless they draw it. On top of that, Colossus then has built-in protection that prevents it from being destroyed by simply banishing a Thunder monster from its grave. And no, that is not once per turn. And yes, Thunder Dragon monsters do in fact trigger when they are banished, which means if you try to remove Colossus from the field in order to be able to play your deck, you are actually helping the Thunder Dragon player advance their engine. So this card seems pretty good, doesn't it? However, some people disagree, and this is sort of where the idea of the series came from. With all these people with blatantly incorrect opinions thinking that Colossus could ever be unbanned, the best way to prove how bad their take is would be to show Colossus in a current format environment, and so let's get to deck building. Now building the deck would come with many different issues. The first issue being that I was just completely unprepared to take on this massive challenge. You would think that if my objective was to make a Thunder Dragon list with Colossus in, that I would have done some sort of preparation beforehand, like maybe making a list, maybe even knowing where my Colossus was. That's like the bare minimum. Yeah, we did none of those. We went in completely blind, so we had to spend a while looking for cards. And so the first card we would look for would be our Colossus. And no, I'm not talking about this one here. So after we finally found Colossus... Chat! We did it! Yo! We can begin deck building our Thunder list. Is what I would say. However, we ran into the issue of trying to find a Battery Man Soda because apparently I didn't get those ready either. Does have hand traps pass? Yeah, I'm gonna play like Ultra hand trap heavy, but I need Soda for that. I need like, I would like to play free Soda, I think. Oh. 2 is good enough. Miss Match Severity, shut the f up. Oh, you want to talk about mismatching rarities? Yo, do you want to talk about mismatching rarities? Cry about it. And then on top of that, someone decided it would be extra comedy to just go ahead and spam dad jokes into the chat. How do you get Pikachu on a bus? What? Pokemon? What do you? Can you actually stop? No, I'm begging you if you could stop, please. Yeah, okay, Black Luster Soldier. If you send one more fucking dad joke, I'm actually gonna time you out for like an hour. So I gave him what he deserved. Okay. That's it. Final warning, you're banned. With all those issues out of the way, we can finally start actually building our list for today. And so here's what we ended up building. So we're gonna play 3 Lupine and 2 Soda as starters. And then for the Thunder engine, we're playing 3 Matrix, 3 Thunder Dragon, 3 War, 3 Dark, and 2 Hawk, 1 Duo. And then we're also like playing Chaos Creator, which is a target for Thunder Fusion and a way to recur cards such as Thunder Dragon Colossus. We're also playing 2 Fusion, 1 Gold Sack for, Fusion's obvious, and then Gold Sack for consistency. And then we have 3 Allure for more consistency, like Allure Gold Sack. And then for the Chaos engine, we have Brotor as a Seals target. We have Black and White Chaos Dragons alongside Levineer to be searched off the Brotor. And then we play triple Chaos Space as more starters for the engine. And then we play 1 Callbite, 3 Ash, 3 Imperm for the interruption, like for the traps. Ooh. And then for the extra deck, we are going to be playing the 1 Colossus obviously, because in this video it's legal. And then we have 3 Titan, Striker Dragon for the Chaos Engine, Link Cobra for Matrix, Cross Sheep as an extender, IP Masquerena to end on, double Seals, Phoenix, Unicorn, Appaloosa, Access Code, and then Sayusa to like deep draw for some of the floodgates in game 2 or 3. And then for the side deck we have Lancia, 3 Shifter, 3 Nibiru, 3 Denko, Reboot, 3 Anti-Spell, and Imperial Order. So let's get into some games. And so our first opponent is going to be Dragon Link, and we're going to end up losing the dice roll. And so our Dragon Link opponent will go first and open up with Chaos Space, discarding a Sephiroth. He will then Link Climb into a Romulus, adding Raffine, and then using Raffine effect to add a Dragunity monster, to which I'll respond with an Ash. He will then activate a second Dragon Raffine and use the effect discarding Rocket Synchron to send a dragon to grave. He will send an Absoluta to grave to get him a Rocket Tracer. After that, he will end up making a Hieratic Seal on the Savage and then passing, and then I'll draw for turn. I'll begin by using Thunder Dragon effect, and I'll use it to add 2 more Thunder Dragons to my hand. Afterwards, I will then proceed to normal summon my Aloof Lupine, and using the effect banishing a Thunder Dragon from my hand. This will get negated by Savage. And then I'll go Battle Phase, and I'll force the Hieratic Seal to bounce by attacking into it with my Lupine, and he decides he'll bounce the Lupine back to my hand. In main phase 2, after he summons his Chamber of Seals, I'll go main phase 2, and then I will activate my Gold Sack. This Gold Sack is going to get a Dragon Dark, which will be met with an Ash unfortunately. And so I will banish the Thunder Dragon from my grave to special summon a Black Dragon Collapse Serpent from my hand. I will link into a Striker Dragon, and then use Striker and White Dragon to link into a Hieratic Seal, and then I will pass turn there, confident that I will not be dead. Copium. He's going to begin by going straight to battle phase, forcing out the seals, to which I will use the effect to bounce, that will get negated by Savage, but I will still be able to use the effect to summon a dragon, summoning a Brotor, discarding Thunder Dragon to add a Levineer to hand. He will then attack me directly with Savage, and then Link Climb main phase 2 for Hieratic Seal, setting the Tiding that he searched of the chamber. I will begin my turn by immediately banishing 2 Lights and a Dark for Levineer, and then I'll use the effect to try to pop 2 monsters on the board, or 2 cards on the board even. He will respond with Harassment Seal, bouncing the Levineer back to hand, and then I'll destroy the Tidying. He's going to use Seals to summon Red MD. I'm going to not care as I banish a Light and a Dark to summon Chaos Creator. This Chaos Creator then is going to summon Dragon Dark, whilst pitting Black and White Dragon back into my deck. And then I will normal summon the Lupine and use Lupine and Dark to link summon Cross Sheep, using Dark effect to add a Thunder Dragon Fusion. I will then activate the Thunder Dragon Fusion to fusion summon a Thunder Dragon Titan, which will then trigger Cross Sheep's effect to summon the Lupine back from my grave. And then from here, getting game is easy. I just link summon using Cross Sheep and Lupine into a Unicorn, and then go Unicorn and the Chaos Creator into an access code. Here I decide I will end his life by popping the entire board and then attacking for game. But because he had the Brotor, I do have to summon the Levineer from my hand in order to actually have game. But either way, it doesn't matter, he's dead. And so he's going to end up scooping, and we're going to go to the next game. Game 2, he's going to make me go first, which I think is an interesting idea. So I'm going to open up by activating Allure of Darkness, drawing 2 cards from my deck. He is going to Ash that foe, and so I'll activate Chaos Space, discarding Dragon Roar, which is pretty much as powerful as you think it is. I get to search a White Dragon, banishing the Dragon Roar, and then triggering Dragon Roar to get myself a Dragon Dark to the board. I will then link summon White into Striker, and then Chaos Space the White to draw another card. Now with Black and Striker, I will end up link summoning Hieratic Seals. After here, I will normal summon Batteryman Solar, which I drew off the Chaos Space, and use the effect sending the Matrix to the grave. I will then link summon Solar and Dark into an IP Masquerena, and then that will trigger Dark's effect to search for a Thunder Dragon card, which I'll add a Hawk to hand. I will then use Hawk to summon the Thunder Dragon Matrix, and link summon Thunder Dragon Colossus using the Matrix, triggering the Matrix to add a discard to my hand, so I can potentially go IP Masquerena into Unicorn if the Seals is not enough to win the game. He is going to realize that his Dragon Link deck cannot beat a Bounce, a Spin, and Mistake, so he's going to scoop. And so we're going to go into the next game, and we lost the dice roll, and we're against Drytron, so I asked if I could go first for content. So he's going to start by tributing a ritual to summon his Satyr, or Alpha I mean, sorry. And then he's going to do a bunch of Drytron plays later, and make a Mu Beta IP and Draconids. I'm going to start by activating Chaos Space, discarding Dragon Dark, to which he'll respond with Mu Beta, negating and destroying it. I will then go and activate Hawk to summon the Dark, which he will respond with Orange of Herald Light. Now, unfortunately, that does negate the activation of the Thunder effect in the hand, which means I will not be able to summon Colossus later in the turn. So I'm going to normal summon Dragon Matrix and link into a Link Rebo, choosing deliberately not to trigger the effect here. Now, unfortunately, I am quite slow when it comes to summoning monsters, so we had to wait, but we're going to then banish the Matrix, Hawk, and Dark to summon our Levineer. We are going to trigger Levineer Chaining 1, Dark Chaining 2, and then using the Matrix to chain block. He is going to respond by using Draconist, banishing 2 Drytrons to wipe my entire board, and I'm gonna cry about it. And then I'll respond by wiping his board by getting rid of the Mu Beta and the Draconids. I will then add a Thunder Dragon Fusion and Matrix to my hand, and using the Dragon Fusion to summon a Titan. I wish it was a Colossus, but unfortunately that's just not possible. We attack over the IP and then pass turn. He's going to normal summon the Finer, and then end up making a Beatrice and Draconids through our 1 Titan pop. Unfortunately, Draconids is more attack than Titan, and Titan doesn't have any battle protection. So he's going to make a Zeus. We're going to try to play through it, but yeah, that's a Dax for me. So this time we get to go first. We're going to activate Allure of Darkness, drawing 2 cards and then banishing a Brotor. He's going to then, on resolution, use the Lancia, and so I'll respond by going normal summon Batteryman, pitching a Dragon Roar, and then using Hawk to summon that Dragon Roar. I will then use Solar's effect to summon a token because it's mandatory, And then we're going to use the token and the Dragon Wall to link summon Cross Sheep. From here we will use Roar to summon Dark, and then we're going to just link summon into a free material Appaloosa. And then we get to trigger Dragon Dark effect once I finish finally summoning the Appaloosa, and we'll use Dragon Dark to summon to add a Thunder Dragon to our hand, to which we'll then go Thunder Dragon, add Thunder Dragon, and then we'll consider Thunder Dragon adding another Thunder Dragon, and then after that, if we're feeling risky, we might see another Thunder Dragon adding Thunder Dragon. Try saying that 5 times fast. From here we're going to then activate a Thunder Dragon Fusion, which will give us access to Colossus because we have a Thunder Dragon in our grave. With this Colossus and this Appaloosa, our opponent really has no place that they can do, and so we're going to shuffle our deck and then pass turn. Our opponent is going to begin by using Sator Tribute Sator, to which I'll negate with Appaloosa. He will then go and activate Nova, summoning a Gamma to attack over the Appaloosa, unfortunately, and so we'll end up taking 400 damage, but it's okay because he can't make Zeus anymore, so we're safe. He's going to then link summon into a Link Reaver and pass. We're going to start our turn by banishing Thunder Dragon Fusion to add Dragon Duo, and then banishing Solar Dark to summon our Dragon Duo. We will then use Dark to add Thunder Dragon Fusion, and since we can summon Titan and we have like 2 Thunder Dragons in our hand, essentially, he knows he is dead, and he's going to end up keeping it there. Now we're going to end up going second because he's choosing to go first, but I'm going to activate the card that says Mom says it's my turn to go first. And so he thinks he's going to go first. He's actually going to go third after using Instant Fusion to summon Millenniumite. He's going to go normal summon Eva, Etsy's into Mu Beta. Like, there's a bunch of things that don't really matter too much. He's going to then activate a Drytron, going to so neg to make a Link Reaver just trying not to die. He's going to reveal Chaos Match. What? No way, he's not playing it? There's no way, stop saying it. And then he's going to link summon into a Link Reaver. At this point onwards, I'm going to then decide to Nibiru him after he attempts to end his turn. Our hand, I'm gonna be real, our hand is actually awful, and so the fact that we have a monster that we can tribute summon over means that we are able to begin our plays here. Yes, that is the only way I could have played the game, because our hand is like 2 Thunder Dragons, Dark, War. We're going to then link summon Colossus using the War, and then using the War to summon a Dark from our deck, eventually. And then we're going to attack for 2600 damage, and then go to the end phase, to which, due to War's effect, the Dark will return to our hand, and then we're going to use Dark to add a Dark, because I want to get these awful cards out of my deck as quickly as possible. We're going to pass turn, and our Drytron opponent is going to think, and then end up passing back. We're going to draw for turn after forgetting to use Dark, which means we just have to attack for 2 sits, use Dark to add Dark, and then pass turn. He's going to draw another card, and then probably end up passing back because his deck doesn't do anything. And here we get to show just how based our hand was. And then our final game of the day is going to be against Tri-Brigade, and once again we've lost the dice roll, so our opponent will go first, normal summon Rescue Cat, and we didn't open anything to stop it, so the cat is going to summon a Kit and a Karaz. He will then link summon into a Ferogy, and then not trigger Kit because he's opened all 3 Nerval. He will use Ferogy to summon Nerval from hand, and then use Nerval to summon DDL. He's going to then link summon into a Bear Bloom using the Nerval and the Ferogy, and then he'll trigger the Nerval to add a Karaz to his hand. He will then use the effect of Karaz, discarding another Nerval in order to special summon, and then he'll use Karaz effect, banishing 4 to summon a Shurake from his extra deck. From here, he will link summon into an Appaloosa using Shurake, Bear Bloom, and Nerval. And then he will get to trigger Bear Bloom effect to add a Revolt to hand, and Shurake to add a Kit for follow-up for next turn. I'm going to start my turn by activating Imp on the Appaloosa, and then now normal summon Lupine, banishing Dragon Roar from my hand. the Dragon War is going to, at the end of the loop time, we'll also banish Dragon Dark from the deck, and then we'll use War to summon Dark, and Dark to add a Thunder Dragon to our hand. We are then going to use Thunder Dragon effect to add a Thunder Dragon, and then we will link summon into a Colossus using the Dark. From here, we will summon the Chaos Creator. Well, I will admit we do some kind of weird lines here. Probably not the right play, but it's in the past now. We are then going to banish Colossus and a Dark from our hand to summon a Titan. And then we will get to use Creator's effect, targeting the Colossus, Dark, and Thunder Dragon, returning the Thunder Dragon and Thunder Dragon and Colossus to our deck and summoning Dark. We will then use the Thunder Dragon and hope to chain Titan, but he responds with a fault. When he summons Shuraig, we're going to call by his Shuraig to stop it from banishing our life. We will then activate Thunder Dragon again, to which he will chain with DDL, bouncing the Titan back to our extra deck. We will then link summon into a Cross Sheep, and then link summon into Colossus using the Dragon Dark. From here we will get to trigger Cross Sheep, however unfortunately he has the effect failure to stop us from doing so. And so we will think, and then go battle phase and attack over the DDL before passing turn back to our opponent. He is going to then normal summon Fractal and use the effect banishing 2 in order to summon a Daruma Doll from his extra deck. And then from here he's going to go into the battle phase and he will attack over the Cross Sheep with the Daruma Doll, triggering the effect to add the Karass back to his hand. In main phase 2 he's going to be able to link summon into a Rugal using the Daruma Doll and the Fractal, and with the Rugal being able to trigger the Shuraig now that it's no longer dead, we're in a really bad situation. And then our lure hits 0 dark, so we're just going to scoop there. I doubt there was anything we could have done to run that game at that point, apart from playing our first turn better. But in game 2 we're going to begin by activating a lure and banishing Dragon Dark. We will then try to trigger Dragon Dark, but he's going to gamma us. Unfortunate. So here we're going to activate Chaos Space, discarding a Levineer from our hand, and to add White Dragon from our deck. We are then going to go link time, do everything to go into a Hieratic Seal. And then we're going to normal summon a Batteryman Solar. This Batteryman Solar is going to dump a Hawk to the grave. And then we're going to banish the Hawk and the Black Dragon, Striker, to summon the Dragon Duel from our hand. This is going to trigger the Solar to make a token, and then Hawk will be chained at 2. We can't chain block the Hawk because Solar is mandatory, and the Hawk is going to shuffle back 1. We are then going to link summon the token and the Solar into an IP Masquerena, and then we will set 1 and pass. In his standby phase we are going to flip up Anti-Spell Vagrant because I believe that card's pretty good. And then he's going to respond by impermanent our Hieratic Seal, and then impermanent our IP Masquerena, leaving us with no interaction on the board. He's going to normal summon Rescue Cat, and then the moment he touches that card I drop the quickest Ash and he drops the quickest Scoop. And so we're going to go into game 3, he's going to begin, except Mom said it's my turn to play on the Xbox. But he changed the Gamma, so I chained the Ash to fuck off the Gamma. And then he's going to think, and then he will set 1 and pass. We are going to draw for turn, and then we're going to start by normal summoning Lupine, banishing War, and then banishing the Dark from our deck. We are going to use the War to summon a Matrix, and then we're going to use the Dark to add a Hawk. We're going to use Hawk effect to summon the War, I believe. Yeah, we're going to summon the War in attack, and then we're going to link summon into a Nightmare Phoenix with the Matrix. Now the idea here was to chain block the Phoenix with Matrix. However, he drops the Gamma as soon as I discard for Phoenix, and I forgot to say that I was going to trigger Matrix as chaining too. Which means pee poo poo, I suck. So we're gonna end up making a Colossus that gets eaten by a strike. Unfortunately, if I had remembered to chain block the Matrix, the game would be in a completely different situation here. However, we're still in a fine position. Like, he's not gonna kill us, Copium. He's gonna start by using Caress discarding Nerf out, which the Nerf out has to add a Fractal and use the Fractal in order to make the Caress live. He's going to banish 2 to summon Bear Bloom, and then he's going to link summon into a Rugal. From here, he will trigger Bear Bloom to add a Revolt to his hand, and then he's going to end up passing the turn. We will begin by activating the Chaos Space that was dead under our Dimension Shifter, discarding the Soda we drew for turn. We are going to add a Black Dragon, and then we're going to use Chaos Space to put the Colossus back into our extra deck to draw a card. This nice recursion, and we get to draw a card on top of that, pretty broken. So we're going to banish Soda to summon Black Dragon, and then we're going to link into a Striker, and then we're just going to do the standard link line, you know. However, here we get to activate Roar. Because our Chaos Space drew into Roar, so we use Roar to add Hawk from our banish, and then we will use Hawk to summon our Dark. From here we are going to link summon a Cross Sheep using the White Dragon and the Striker, and then he's going to use the Revolt to summon Shrek. Not using Shrek here, just using it so he can search off Nerf out before I make a Colossus. From here we're going to trigger Cross Sheep, and we're going to trigger Dark. Cross Sheep is going to summon Ash, and we're going to add Thunder Dragon Fusion off of the Dark. We are then going to go into a link for Appaloosa to counteract the Shrek here, and then we're going to use Thunder Dragon Fusion to summon a Titan. Having that extra matrix would be really nice here, the Sane. Then he's going to use Rugal to make our Appaloosa lose 800 attack, and then we will attack over the Shrek with Titan. Here we get to pass turn, and our opponent has to immediately go battle phase to attack over the Appaloosa, meaning that we do not die Pog. And with Thunder Dragon Fusion in our grave, and like all our Thunder Dragons in the grave, we have access to a lot of lines on the next turn, meaning that just having the Appaloosa to force him to race the battle phase was really valuable. Here he's going to do Tri-Brigade stuff, there's like DDL, bounce the Titan, then summon Shrek, so he has Rugal Shrek, but we're just going to start our turn by using Thunder Dragon Fusion to add Creator. We are then going to Thunder Dragon, add 2 Thunder Dragons, and then we're going to banish a Hawk and a Roar to summon our Creator. We're going to trigger both Hawk and Roar, the Hawk mulliganing our entire hand to draw 2, and then the Roar to summon Dark. I don't know why I did it in this chain link, I thought he had a card in hand so I was playing around Dash. Anyways, he's going to DDL bounce the Dragon Dark, and we'll just say, okay, we're going to banish, we're going to look at our banish pile, return the Hawk and the Roar to our deck, and then special summon Soda, which will trigger to send a matrix to our grave. We are then going to activate Goldsack, move her out of the Imperm column, and then it's going to get met with a Judgment. Now, he's made the mistake of activating Judgment against Thunder Dragons, which means I'm going to Tribute Summon Dragon Dark, triggering the Soda to summon a token, and then we're going to link 3 into a Unicorn. We'll do Unicorn Chain Link 1, Dark Chain Link 2, or the other way around, sorry. And we'll use Unicorn to spin the Shrek, meaning that it doesn't get to banish our life. We are going to add a Thunder Dragon Fusion off of the Dark, and then we're going to use Thunder Dragon Fusion to summon Titan. And now we're just going to use Titan here as this link folder to make an access code to plus effect monsters. And then we're going to banish Cross Sheep, Appaloosa, and our Unicorn. There's 3 attributes to wipe the entire board, and then we get to attack for game. And so that's going to be it for this video. In conclusion, I think the Colossus effect, the effect to stop the opponent from adding cards from their hand, wasn't really all that relevant. There's always like something stopping us. It was relevant in the Drytron matchup, but in the Tri-Brigade matchup, where in theory it should be strong, it didn't really seem to do much. But it was really broken in general, just being a Link 1 that could trigger our Cross Sheep, that could trigger our Thunder Dragons on field, and just having like more lines, like it just enables more options for Thunder Dragons to play without having to commit too much, because all you have to do is just summon using 1 monster on your field. So overall, I believe that even in formats where the effect to stop the opponent from adding cards from their deck to their hand isn't going to be relevant, such as in the format it got banned in, where Orcus was the best deck and they just didn't care about Colossus' on-field effect, but even in those formats, Colossus is still too much of a problem, simply because they just enable Thunder Dragons way too much advantage. Even if Colossus was a vanilla, it would still be an insane card, and so I don't think we're going to be able to see Colossus get unbanned anytime soon. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this sort of content, let me know. Next What If video is going to be on Harp Horror, and that's going to come out next week, same time, hopefully. But until then, we'll see you gamers later.